Welcome back to the AA3 podcast, the show where we talk about anything and everything, and a show where we want to make it so everybody's voice is heard. Us, the podcasters, our listeners, anybody. I am Wayne, aka Taz, joined by
Kari Devine.
It's your boy Mike.
And yeah, this is our podcast. As y'all know, if you listen to episode 1, we talked about a few different things like self-alone time, self-reflection, things we find very important. Finding who you are as a person.
Yes, sir.
So today, again, we will have the questions be asked by Mike.
Yes, sir.
This time we got 3 questions. We're going to try to take some deep dives into the questions.
Yes, sir.
And,
Yeah, perspective. That's all it's about, man. Y'all ready? Y'all ready, boys?
Let's go.
All right. How did you discover the things you're passionate about in life? Boom. Who gonna take the floor first, man? Who gonna take?
You know what? I think I'm gonna take the floor.
All right,
first.
go ahead, buddy. Go ahead, bro.
So there are a lot of things I'm passionate about in life. Like if I sat here and tried to name all of them, we'd be here. We wouldn't get this episode out, I don't think. So basically, y'all know my number one passion is football. Mm-hmm. Football has been a part of my life since the day I was born. And it's stuck with me ever since. I played for 13 years. Got a few injuries here and there, but thankfully nothing major, nothing serious. And the whole time I was playing, I enjoyed every second of it. When I was 8, I left my first organization that I started at, and I went to a different organization out here where I live now. And when we started, we didn't win a single game from the age of 9 for me. We didn't win a single game until I turned 12.
Damn, bro.
So 3 years of just 0-9, 0-9, 0-9.
You was still going at it.
I still stuck with it. My parents are like,
"That's dedication."
You want to switch? You want to switch teams? Like, we can switch leagues if you want. I was like, no. This is my team. These are the people I've grown up with for the past 3 years. We may not have won a single game, but we had fun playing every single time.
That's all it's about, bro.
And let me tell you, we played this one team. They blew us out. It was like 35-0.
Damn.
But they were arguing during the game. They were up the whole game, but they were arguing with each other. Yeah. And at the end of the game, they came over to our team, and they were like, "We really admire how y'all didn't get up on each other just because y'all weren't winning. Like, y'all stayed calm, cool, and collected." And they're like, "We wish we could do that."
Y'all move as a unit.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So when I turned 12 that year, we won 2 games, I believe. And we almost made the playoffs. We were this close. We needed this one team to beat this other team. And, it didn't happen.
Yeah.
But my last season when I turned 13, that was the closest I had ever been with the team. Mm-hmm. Like, everybody on that team, I went to high school with most of them, to be honest. And I still stayed in contact with the people I didn't go to high school with.
Right.
We were, like, that
Still
close.
Taught. Yeah.
And we won, I want to say, 4 games that year. I think we played a total of 6 or 7, so we were like 4-3.
Mm-hmm.
Made the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
I made the all-star team with some of my boys, and that was probably my best season of football.
Right.
My final year in the youth league, because I had so much fun. We won our first playoff game, and then we lost in the semis. But to have lost for the past 4 years now, and still sticking with that same team and knowing that it's a process and something's going to happen. Y'all got to be patient.
Damn,
It turned out to be the best season and the most fun I ever had playing football.
That's some real shit. You was dedicated. Like, that's your passion. Like,
That's my passion.
Like, when it just like, it doesn't matter if you're winning or losing. You have a love for that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah.
And I played in high school. I was going to play in college, but never really got around to it. But with that being said, I do want to still stay in football, even though I'm not playing anymore. I don't know if I'll ever play again. I want to, but, if it's time for me to stop, it's time for me to stop. But I'm not going to let football go, because now my goal is to become a head coach of a football team one day. Whether
in some sort of aspect.
Yeah.
Dealing with football.
And I've been trying to build myself up. I've been taking a lot of coaching jobs, coaching youth league, so I can get that experience under my belt.
Yeah, he has been.
And now I'm about to build up to where I'm starting to coach older kids. Because I coached my brother's basketball team in January, and I was sophomores in high school. So I can coach older kids. I know I can. And I did a good job with that. With that being said, now it's switching over to football. It's the sport that I know, the sport that I grew up on. you know, how does my knowledge as a player, playing for 13 years, translate to coaching?
Right.
It's not going to be easy at first, but, you know, I'm going to work out strategies, work out what fits best for my teams. We'll go from there.
Right. Yeah, that's some. I like what he said. You know, like, I think that's important, right? He was like, you know, even though I love this thing, you know what I'm saying, I'm really passionate about it, I might have to give it up. You know what I'm saying, for me, but also I'm gonna do it in a different way. You know, alternative is
so he definitely like, and that's the thing,
giving up playing.
Yeah, you're giving up playing, but
right.
the whole passion as a whole, like,
it's still there.
It's still,
but you
there.
find an alternative, and a lot of people don't find alternatives. You know what I'm saying?
And this alternative would be, you know, passing your passion on to other kids, other younger, you know, the same. You know, the same way that you had fun in your youth, you now have the chance to do the same thing for those other kids
and make an impact like my coaches.
And that's another passion. Like, give it up to yourself.
Yeah, because I didn't even peep that he has been taking a lot of coaching jobs because he's preparing himself for the future. Like, damn, that's some real shit, bro. That's some real shit. I respect that, bro.
But yeah, there's a lot more I could really go into, but I'm gonna let y'all boys.
No, talk your shit, bro. Talk your shit. Talk your shit. Yeah.
So my next passion comes for music.
Mm-hmm.
I'm big into music. Like probably for about 75% of the day, I have my headphones on. I have music playing in some type of aspect. Whether I'm working on it or I'm listening to my playlist, music is being around me the whole entire day, pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
And I cannot leave the house. Like, I'll get in the car, start up the car. I'm not leaving until I have my music playing.
Right.
Like, I don't care how long it takes. I'm gonna get my music playing before I head out.
Right.
And I just feel like music is really connected to who I am because I'm kind of like a reserved person. You could kind of say shy a little bit, but I don't really think I'm shy. Not anymore, to be honest. But it allows me to have a voice without really like having to talk a lot. Not like how I do on the podcast. It's a different way of expression. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But I'm glad that I have multiple ways of expression.
Right.
Because I really feel like that helps you build on who you are as a person. Having multiple roots, not just staying in one place.
Stagnant. Yeah.
Exactly. Stacking your... What's the word I'm looking for? Stacking your interests on top of each other and finding out what works best for you. And I feel like music gives me a voice to really show how I'm feeling and what kind of mind state I'm in. Because when I released my first EP, Welcome to My World, first of all, I titled it Welcome to My World. It was like giving you like an insight to what I felt at the time. At that time, it was my first semester in college. It was the second semester, my first year in college. And at that time, I really wasn't like feeling good as a person. I was like stressed out. And it reflected on my music because the intro to the EP is Battling Demons intro. So right off the bat, that kind of lets you know like
what's going on,
fighting something. Yeah. And then throughout, I think another track is called Final Destination. Like, my mind was like not right at the time. I would probably say I was in a dark place.
Yeah.
But I wasn't letting anybody know through my words. I was letting them know through my music.
Through the music, yeah.
And I think, if I'm not wrong, another track was titled Doesn't Matter. So I had a lot of...
It was literally in the title what was going on.
Really? Yeah.
But people just had to read between the lines a little bit. Yeah, got you.
But I like how it came out because a lot of the beats were like really like dark beats, slow beats, and I think I found like where my niche is. Like, I'm really good at that.
Yeah.
And I'm really good at making piano beats.
Right.
So I'm good at making beats with vocals in the background. Like, I've had a couple times people are like, are those your vocals? I was like, I wish. I wish I could sing like that. But nah, it's vocal patterns and vocal loops that I find and I, break them and make my own.
Right.
But yeah, that's another one of my things I'm passionate about. And I found it really when I just took time to reflect. During COVID, I was like...
What makes Wayne happy?
Really, like, I know music makes me happy. Let me start making my own music and see where this goes. And it's still kind of slow, but, we want to pick up.
We're going to get somewhere. We
got 3 projects coming out in the next 6 years.
Come on now.
We kicking it off.
Come on.
We'll be up there with the big
We got the vision, you know what I'm saying? We got the vision.
It's going to take a little bit, but
yeah.
I
I ain't in no rush.
Right. Got you.
I got this podcast with y'all.
Building, man.
Really, I'm giving myself another voice to doing podcasting. Like, I'm talking to everyone, but like, I don't know how to describe it. It's like I'm projecting my voice, but you know, I'm not sitting in a room full of people. I'm not giving a speech.
Yeah.
I'm giving a speech, but it's not how you typically think of a speech.
Yeah. You need to see different fonts. You know what I'm saying? For real, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Wow. It could be more personal, right?
What you mean?
Like a podcast. It's like one built on more of a connection base like ours is.
Yeah. For sure. Yeah. That's why we're doing the podcast. Cause we,
Mm-hmm.
So what about you, Brody? Like, when did you discover things you're passionate about in life? Like, what are those things?
Like Wayne said, I'm definitely passionate about many things. I would definitely have to say that, like, my major passion, my
Top one.
My top one.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily know if it's my first one, but I would say that it would be because it's the one that I can remember. So, basically, my passion for art. I discovered it at a young age, and I don't know. In my family, I hate to say that like people are followers because they're not, but I don't know. I saw a pattern that I just could not follow. And it made me question at such a young age, like, where was I going in life? Everybody else was going in this direction. What did that mean for me?
Mm-hmm.
At that time, I did not know. But at that time, searching for the answer, I found my love in art, my love with art. It was also connected to my love with Marvel and my love with, comic books and all that different stuff. It was a form of expression that I found in other things that I also found in art. And then from there, I gained a passion for everything else that falls under art, movies, plays, TV shows. Like, I love acting. I love the whole camera work of it. I love everything about it. It's like the whole industry has now become a passion to me. So I have like many things like that I really do want to dwell in within that and all that. But for my main passion, it would definitely just be art. I can express myself on a piece of paper visually than I can by typing words or speaking.
Verbally. Yeah. Got you.
Yeah.
And you're connecting it to the podcast, kind of like I am, where you're going to be helping us with the logo design.
Exactly.
Right. That's
the
your form.
Animation and stuff. Yeah.
Everybody got a different form of like expression that works best for them. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I feel like we're going to be able to connect into this podcast. I think
sure.
we're all going to have something.
So something different. I feel like that's what makes the podcast. I feel like everybody should be adding something different. You know what I'm saying?
Dakari adding his art. I'm adding, feeling like I'm giving myself a voice.
Right.
No, there would definitely be like a real creative feel to our podcast.
Yeah. Stay tuned, y'all. Stay tuned.
But I have a lot of stuff coming.
You have a second one, buddy, for your own?
No, not really.
Nah.
I mean, not one. Well,
you were talking about like, was it like singing? Was that one, or you just like
singing's not necessarily a passion. It's just something I like to do.
Gotcha.
Like I said, I gained, like, through my passion of art, I've gained a passion for other arts, and singing is one of them. So
I'm sorry, I don't mean to cut you off, but I remember you were like, you want to, like, your passion would be like educating, like but opening up your own school. Remember we talked about that?
Oh yeah. So through my college search, it was a little rocky for me.
Strenuous, you know what I'm saying?
Very strenuous because I definitely wanted to go to an HBCU.
Me too.
That was something that I wanted to do. It was something I wanted to experience, being with my people.
We all did. That's because we all did. Yeah.
Getting a sense of like brotherhood and culture. I definitely wanted to do that. But the issue with a lot of HBCUs is that the creative arts field is not as strenuous as I would like
limited.
it to be.
Tennessee State.
Yeah, very limited.
I'm going for animation.
That's another conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sitting here going for animation, and my major is graphic design, and even in this graphic design class, I'm doing graphic design 101 and then graphic design 2 and all different stuff. I don't really get into the real tech savvy stuff until junior and senior year. I spent my freshman and sophomore year learning about math and English and science. I did that for 12 years. Like, what's the holdup?
Yeah.
You know, I don't like that. So I definitely want to just bring that to the world in HBCU for the arts. Whether it's performing, whether it's journalism, whatever like expression, I need our black community to just be a little more expressive. Because even when I was searching for schools, I told people I was interested in art. I wanted to do this. I wanted to do that.
The reaction.
They looked at me like, "What? You're crazy. What black man is making money in art?" They wanted me to be an engineer, architecture, agriculture. That's traditional black means. We're different now. Like, we're on something new, on some very much new shit. Like, not for nothing, we do need all that. That's true. But we don't have to limit the black culture to that. Like, we're not in 13 colonies no more. Please give it up. Like, what is this? Like, sooner or later, we're literally going to be sitting here, like, fighting in a freaking Hunger Games because y'all want to sit here and do too much and just try and confine a bunch of people and limit our expression. And I'm not just talking about black people in a whole. I feel like a lot of people are limiting their expression on an everyday basis. But that's a story for another day, of course. But yeah, my passion is art, design, and creativity. I definitely want to bring it to the world
And opening up a space for others to be
and opening up
within
yes.
more so for the black community. But yeah. Makes sense. That makes sense. So for me, right, like you guys said, I had to like take a moment to like figure out what do I want to do? What makes me happy? What makes me want to get up every day, right? So I noticed a pattern that, all through my high school and like, my teenage years, I was immensely in clothes. Like, always was buying a new pair of shoes, always was buying like clothes, like it just was something that kept occurring, right? And then my mom would be like, all you do is spend your money on clothes, like, like, I'm not gonna say it was frowned upon, but it was frowned upon, like that you're wasting your money type shit, right? So I had to be like, hold on, bro, like, why not tap into what you always are into? Like I feel like, bro, like looking at clothes and shopping for clothes is therapy for me. Like, I can play some music in the back and just start shopping, and like it's just it's so easy, you know what I'm saying? It comes easy, right? So my first one would definitely be being in the fashion industry in some sort of capacity. I literally don't care what it is, whether that's me modeling the clothes or me making the clothes. I say, like, I feel like I'm a little bit more, I want to be more of the making clothes, because I feel like that will be me expressing my, creativity, you know what I'm saying? I would love to like this summer, I still plan on, getting me a sewing machine. I want to learn how to make stitching. I want to learn how to, size, waist, all that. Like, I want to learn all that, right? On that scale, in that realm, not just, you know what I'm saying, like throwing out t-shirts. We ain't trying to play nobody hustle, but it's a different level. I want to learn how to actually make the actual shirt from scratch. You know what I'm saying? Like, you feel me? So, like, it's like my it's funny because actually my grandmother, she had a whole entire modeling brand in New York called Mercedes.
Oh wow.
Yes, and she used to like put girls on the runway. She would even rock in the runway. She has a sewing machine, so it's just like
so much.
Yo,
like, she was really rocking it back then.
Word, fool. You see what I'm saying? So I feel like it's kind of like it's been something that, like, it's not just new. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's kind of in the family a little bit. So I think I would definitely love to be in the fashion industry, and even on like the modeling, aspect. I want to this summer. I plan on testing things. I feel like this summer is all about trying things. Like, you see what trial and error. See what works for you. See what don't work for you. But we keep moving. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like this summer I want to definitely book my first like actual photo shoot where I'm actually taking pictures. I'm actually like looking at the angles, seeing all that. Like, I just want to be somewhere in the fashion industry, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's definitely my passion. I feel like that's my form of expression through how I dress. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like I can just you could put any two articles of clothing together and make it your own. fuck what anybody else talking about. If it look good to you, that's all that matters. It has to speak to your soul, speak to dressing is a form of expression. You know what I'm saying? So that would definitely be my first one, and I'll say my second one would definitely have to be a passion of mine is I want to be a therapist. Like during COVID, it was a trying time, right? And I don't know, it's just like I got to know myself, and I don't know, like with me getting more comfortable with myself, I saw that I could help people. Like I could, sit there, talk to somebody, not coach them, but in a sense to guide them. And for me to be so young and being, able to guide people, I think that is a gift. You know what I'm saying? Like I can, I feel like all my friends kind of like look to me for advice. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like all my friends kind of look to me for advice, and I try to like give unsolicited advice, but also maintaining how they feel, because I feel like that's the main component. You can't hurt nobody's feelings and expect them to be open with you and willing to talk to you. You gotta make the setting comfortable. You gotta make the conversation comfortable, and you gotta keep the conversation open. No question, no opinion is a bad one. You know what I'm saying? It sure is. You gotta own it. You gotta own what you believe in and how you feel. You know what I'm saying? So that would definitely be another passion of mine. I just the whole art of therapy in itself. Like I even want to like get a therapist. You know what I'm saying? Like not saying that I have. I do too. That's what I'm saying. Not saying that I even have like a lot of. I feel like that's another thing. Let's talk about that too, right? I feel like I was talking about this other day. I was like, yo, it's crazy that I never want to meditate. I never want to journal until something's going wrong in my life. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like I feel like a therapist would tell me like, don't only come to me when it's an issue. Come to me when you got some good news. Let's talk about the positives. Let's talk about the negatives. I want to be that kind of therapist. Don't just come to me like when it's an issue, when you got something going on. Yeah.
Like for me, I would only like draw when I felt like I really need to, because it was more so of like an expressive thing for me.
Therapy for you. That's your therapy.
Right. So like when I would sit there and I would draw and stuff, I would start to realize that like I'm literally doing this in reaction to my pain. to the way I'm like, because I'm not mentally there, I'm like doing this in reaction to it. But like, this is my passion. It should not. It should be comfort at the end of the day. But like, since it's my passion, I shouldn't always want to do this when I'm feeling down.
You should be wanting to make art when you're happy. I should be wanting to make music when I'm happy.
Inquisitive when you're anything. Yeah.
When I'm feeling creative.
Yeah.
So it's like, I don't know. It almost made me gain like more of an appreciation, because I had to rework and like go back and find that passion again.
Refining your passion. That's a real thing too.
Yeah, because I was so like caught up in life or whatever. I was only doing it when I really feel like I was down and I needed to. But like, this is my passion. I used to just trace Spider-Man and draw Spider-Man just so I can like I love coloring.
Yeah.
Like this is supposed to be fun. This is supposed to be something that I like to do. But I'm sitting here like treating it as like.
So keynote. It shouldn't be something that you do when you feel down, or when you feel like you're out, or when you feel like it's going to help you in that moment. You should be doing it even when you're happy, even when, you know what I'm saying, anything. You just got paid, you go draw. You know what I'm saying? Like, it shouldn't just be an emotion of, sadness or dwelling in anything. You should be doing it at any state of mind. You know what I'm saying? At any state of mind, you should be doing any state that you're in, basically. You know what I'm saying?
And another thing, I'm sorry.
Nah, because I was just about to say that, like, I noticed too that when you start having that mindset and you do that way and you do stuff that way, more good things become a product of that passion.
You get better too.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah.
What I was gonna say was, some people, they do feel more creative like when they're not feeling at their best. Like that's their thing. But I feel like for you to really unlock what you can do with that passion, you need to be at your best. Because when you're at your best, you're gonna want to look for more things. You're gonna want to look to improve on things. If you're down in the dumps, you're not gonna want to do anything. You
Let's
can
talk
say
about that. Yeah.
you can say that this takes your mind off of it, but you're not doing it at your full potential because you're not looking for other means and other things you can start doing. You know, when you're feeling like you're in your body, you're clicking like this, that, and the third, you explore other options. I really feel like that's something
That is true. That is true because I'm not gonna sit here and cap. Like half the things that I start when I'm not feeling that well, I don't finish. They're literally just like doodles of like creepy shit.
Like when I feel like
a lot of sense.
I found like when I make my music and I'm not in the right headspace, like I can't get a damn thing done because
Right.
I'm not able to really focus. But when I'm at my best, I can crank out
When
like
you in that
5
flow,
or
you
6
bust out
beats.
a whole composition.
Exactly.
You're working at your craft better.
I can look at this
Yeah.
stuff, like I can look at the songs I made and be like, damn, I can really make a whole project just off of this.
Right.
But I'm not going to because I want to keep
Keep the momentum.
keep the momentum going, keep making some more, and then I'll have a vast what's the word I'm looking for?
It's not just like one genre. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
It's,
You wanna branch out.
It's expanded. Yeah.
Let's see what I can really do.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Oh, but I was saying like, let's talk about it. How like, I feel like we do this a lot with our favorite artists, right? Like, so I'm an avid Summer Walker fan. Not gonna cap. Avid A Boogie fan. Not gonna cap, right? And I see their fans. They'll be like, "Hey Boogie, go mess up your relationship with Ella," or they be like, "Summer,
So
he can make better music." They be like, "Summer, well, have one of your niggas cheat on you." You know what I'm saying? So you can make better music. That's a problem in itself because you should not only be writing music when you're going through something bad. That's what I'm saying.
That, but all y'all relating to that music.
It's a bigger picture. Yeah,
It's a bigger picture. Y'all connecting on
Through
each
pain.
other's trauma through pain. Exactly. Like, stop promoting that shit.
Like, stop asking your favorite rapper to go back on drugs because when they were on drugs, they made their best project.
Come on,
bro,
now.
you're gonna wind up
It's very
killing that
insensitive.
man.
Yeah,
Or that woman.
it's very insensitive.
What is wrong
bro.
with you?
It's very.
Wanting
insensitive,
someone
bro.
to go back to drugs is just ridiculous to me.
It's very insensitive, bro. You ready? Then you ready to move to the next one, man?
Yeah,
All
let's
right.
go.
So the next one is, what will your life look like when you have achieved your goals? All right, I'm gonna take this one. You know, I'm gonna take this one, right? So my life will, when I achieve my goals, I want to break this up, right? And I'm gonna break it up into phases. Fuck that. I'm gonna break it up into phases because I feel like this is too much of a open-ended
break it
question.
down.
Yeah,
We all should do that. We all should
Yeah.
break it up into yeah.
So I feel like the first phase of my life is before I have kids. So that would be me living by myself, financially free. Like me being like I want to be young and turn. Like, they be saying that, but no.
We planning our trip to Dubai type shit.
That's what I'm saying. I want to be young and turn with still having no kids. That's the when I know I'll achieve my goal in my first phase. So I feel like that's kind of before 30. You know what I'm saying? Before 30. So like 28, 29, before 30, around that area. So I have 2 to 3 years of me just vibing by myself. You know what I'm saying? And figure, who is this Michael now? Since he got the money now, what does he like to do? What's his calling now? You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like you can have different callings for different phases of your life. Let's talk about that. I feel like you can have different callings for different phases in your life, but I feel like my first phase is definitely going to be me being financially free and me living how I want to live and me being young and turn. And I'm gonna expand on young and turn because I feel like that's a form of expression. I feel like young and turn for me means that rent is not an issue. It's just got it.
Actually, let me pay you in advance.
You know what I'm saying? Like you know what I'm saying? Me booking a trip for a week, boom, not a sweat. You know what I'm saying? I feel like me moving around how I want to move around and not really having to. I feel like you still got to be responsible, but me not having to keep looking at my pocket every time I make a decision or a move. You know what I'm saying? That's how I know I've achieved it. And I feel like for my second phase would be when I start having my kids. You know what I'm saying? I feel like a happy home, man, a peaceful home. You know what I'm saying? A very expressive home. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that's my second phase when I'm into my family life. You know what I'm saying? Making sure my kids are taken care of mentally, physically, financially. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like a lot of people I hate to say it, but I feel like a lot of our parents, you know, they just focus on one thing, like whether that may be like financially or physically, and then the other two lack. I feel like being a parent is being an overall provider. You know what I'm saying? Don't just hyper focus on one. I feel like that's nothing. As a parent, you got to be able to boom, boom, boom in different. It's duality when you're a parent. You got to be able to move in different sections and be able to learn. And, you know what I'm saying, and grow in them different sections with your child. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like that's gonna be my second phase. You know, where I'm raising my children. You know what I'm saying? Giving them the best life that I can possibly give them. Because I feel like me personally, like I always say this, like this is the first time I'm saying on the podcast, but I feel like me personally, my kids are not gonna they're not gonna struggle. I don't care like why. I feel like why do black kids always gotta go through a life lesson or like no, we gonna go through lessons. Don't get me wrong, but I feel like why do we always gotta go through the struggle?
World, know, suffering equals that
you're a man or you're a better person. You're more stronger. That's like nothing. Another thing, but we don't always be strong too. I feel like that's something that we gotta get out of. We don't always have to be strong. It's okay not to be strong. I promise you, bro. It's okay to be human, bro. You know what I'm saying? So that's my second phase. You know, raising my kids to the best of my ability. And then I feel like, you know, my last phase. Not my last phase. You know, when I'm older, definitely being a therapist. You know, like from all my life lessons that I've learned from, you know, me being a teenager to me getting my first apartment to me having kids. Now it's just wisdom that I'm able to extend and give to people, and that's when I really want to be. I want to be. I want to be a therapist and offer help, you know, to the younger and even the older. It doesn't really matter. Anybody that needs mental health is mental health. No matter how old you are, how young you are, mental health is mental health, and I want to definitely be, you know, a counselor and still, you know, be financially, you know, set. You know, that's how I know.
If you go on the therapist route, you going to be financially set.
No,
honestly.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna go back. That's another thing. I'm gonna go back to school once. So I literally have kind of like my life like mapped out a little bit. Like once I have my kids, I want to go back to school. Once they're out doing their own thing, I want to go back to school and get my master's degree. And because I think you have to have a master's to even be in psychology and, you know, actually be licensed. I don't know if it's PhD, but I think you definitely have to. It's a requirement that you have your master's to be able to be, you know, a psychologist.
I don't even think you can get a PhD without having your master's, can you?
No. PhD is above it, but I was saying I think master's is what you have to have. You know what I'm saying? That's like it's like the base of what you have to have. So I definitely, when my kids are out, you know, grown, doing their own thing, I want to go back to school, go for psychology, and then be a psychologist, man. That's how I know. That's how I know, bro. That's how I know. What else, y'all?
Okay.
Right,
so for me, phase one, actually, I'm gonna give y'all a timeline too. I'm gonna timeline this out. Like obviously, I'm not going to follow the timeline perfectly, but I'm gonna try and get as close to it as possible.
Right.
So for me, for my phase one, I'm looking for that to happen within the next 5 or 6 years. I want to be, you know, moved out into my own place, like you said, financially free. Like I can pay my rent on time. And also still take trips to the places I want to go.
And it's nothing, yeah.
It's nothing. Like I can be outside when I want to. I'm not gonna be outside every day because if I'm outside every day, I'm not gonna be able to make the money that I want to. So it's got to be a little mix. But with that being said, be able to take trips, you know, all that stuff I want to do. No kids, kids. Phase two, that's when the kids come in. You know, I have my kids. I'll be raising them, like you said, to the best of my ability. But they're not gonna have to struggle. My kids.
For sure.
We're gonna have our ups and downs, but you know, we ain't
right.
It's simply not happening. Like I'm going to give my kids a good life.
For sure.
Because honestly, I've had a good life myself.
Right, exactly.
And I want to replicate that for my kids. You know. But at that point I want to be coaching at the college level at that point. Because phase one, I forgot to mention, for phase one, you know, started at high school maybe as an assistant coach. But by the time I hit like 30-something, I want to start coaching at the college level. Maybe as an assistant coach to like kind of ease in. Because college, from high school to college, totally different ballgame.
Major difference,
and then, you know, I worked there for a couple of years, be taking my family on trips, you know. Hopefully I'll be married by that point, you know. Yes, sir. Because honestly, if I'm choosing to have kids with someone, that takes a lot of like trust coming out of me.
For sure.
And I see me building a future with you.
Yeah.
You know, hopefully for the long term. Like I'm choosing to have my kid with you. I really see something in you. I really trust you. You know, let's make this work.
Right.
With my family, we're gonna be settled down, be married, have a couple dogs, be living in either hopefully North Carolina or Georgia. Those are my 2 hot spots. So maybe Atlanta. I had to see. Could possibly be in Atlanta. But yeah, in my phase 3, I want to be an NFL coach. Plain and simple. I want to be coaching at the professional level. I want to be a head coach, and I want to be a part of an organization. Hopefully, preferably the Seattle Seahawks. It's my favorite football team. I want to work for that organization.
Bro, so you would move over there, bro?
To Seattle?
Yeah.
If I was offered that position, yeah.
Damn.
But I'd be offered that position. I'm not moving to Seattle on my own because Seattle is always raining. I need some nice weather. And it's cold. I need my hot weather.
Nah, for real.
Another organization I was going to say was the Carolina Panthers. It's in North Carolina. It's in Charlotte. Charlotte, somewhere I always wanted to live.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I'd be cool with the Falcons too. I'm in Atlanta.
Yeah.
As long as I'm in the states that I want to be in, cool. As long as you're not sending me to Michigan, Detroit, I'm good. That's not a diss on Detroit, but like, honestly, Detroit's not a city I would want to live in.
Yeah.
It's
understood. We got you.
It's got a lot going on.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's my 3 phases. And I want to retire in phase 3 also.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And then just live my life as a retiree with the bank I've made from being a coach all these years. And
Vacation every day.
having this podcast plus my music. I might have like 3. No, not even just 3. I'm going to be having rental properties too. I really feel like that's something I really want to get into is the real estate game. Because my mama's in it right now. And I want to get my real estate license. So.
Me too. I really want to
get my real
do
estate license.
When I get it, yeah, for sure.
So I can make the
money coming in, yeah.
Multiple streams of
and then pass that down to your kids. That's all it's about. You know what I'm saying? We here to build for the next. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, for sure.
Like, Dad, I want to go to this university. This is the tuition. All right, cool. I got it. Like, obviously, my kids are gonna be getting scholarships, man, because they're a Lejeune. Of course, that's just what we do.
Bro, let's speak to that, bro. Like, I feel like a lot of the white kids, like, they parents, like, they be like, so I watched this YouTube video, right, and I feel like that shit put it into perspective. Yeah, like, I was watching this YouTube video, right, and this guy had like stopped these kids, like it was various kids throughout the mall, and and they were all like in college though. And he was like, "How much money do you have in your like bank account?" Right, and, like 5 of the white kids was like 10,000. He's like, "What do you do?" "My parents gave me money." I was like, "Yeah, my kids is definitely gonna be like that too." But go ahead, bro. What's yours?
Mine. So for the first phase of my life, I'm literally just be living that Roaring 20s lifestyle, like. I'm in my opportunist role model, so trial and error for the early stages, later stages, the results from that trial and error, of course, they're going to be great. And yeah, I'm going to just, it's definitely going to be like me working in visual effects and then, entry-level job, trying to work my way up, gaining my connections, this, that, and third, trying new stuff, diving into everything. I'm gonna have a lot of connections by that time, like within the whole industry. I plan to connect with a lot of people, network, and the second phase of my life would definitely be be kids, building my family. Of course, I'll still be I'll probably be doing something different. Honestly, probably, I might actually be doing visual effects for video games at that time, because I did low-key want to open up my own video game company for a minute. I'm not gonna lie, I love video games. So definitely probably tap into that around that time, especially if I'm gonna have boys. I'm gonna be getting them a lot of video games and stuff. I mean, girls, shit, it don't really
right.
Also, that would pretty much be my life. By the third phase, though, by that time I'm finishing up. By that time I should be living in Cali, making hella bread. Over 1,000. I mean, not over 1,000. Over 100,000 each year, of course, as all of us.
Far more than that, nigga.
Yeah. So definitely be doing that. Oh, and I'm gonna open up my school and stuff, or get everything situated with that. And yeah, After that, I'm retiring. Yeah, of course, I'll probably be like a dean at the school, but like they ain't tell me nothing. I'm never gonna be there. Be like on a beach somewhere. They're gonna be like, "Where's Dean Paris?" And I'm gonna be like, "Yeah, I'm sorry."
Dean Pierce is crazy.
Like, where's Dean Paris? And I'll be like, he's not in his office right now. Call back at a later date. Of course, I'll have like an assistant or whatever handle all that. But yeah,
You're not gonna be reachable, basically.
I'll be reachable. I see.
When he feels like it.
Basically. Basically.
That's what I'm saying.
You trying to sugarcoat shit? Nah, that's what you trying to say.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't want to talk right now. We'll talk.
For sure.
Talk in a
for
couple
sure.
days.
I never because I never aspired to be a teacher. Like
Why?
Because I don't want to. I don't have the patience.
Good answer. Nah, because I feel the same way.
So I would literally be dean of the school just to like make sure everything's in order. But I'm gonna definitely have like an assistant dean who's literally gonna be there when I'm not because I'm never really gonna be there. I'm sorry, but at that point in my life,
You don't want to work so much.
I've done a lot of work. I'm gonna be on the beach. Like my kids are gonna be graduated. They gonna have their own job, their own money, and I'm gonna be in the Bahamas. No, I'm gonna be in Guyana. I'm gonna be in Guyana, living there for like a couple months. And everyone's gonna be like, "Where is he at?" I'm gonna be in Guyana.
That's something I forgot to mention. Like, I want to live in Switzerland at some point. I want to move to
Oh
Switzerland.
yeah, definitely. Well, not move there, but I definitely want to visit.
You actually move there, bro.
Move to Switzerland.
Like, for
Like
good?
when I'm retired. Like I'll
retired?
find, yeah, because that's somewhere I can see myself retiring that too. Either there or possibly the Netherlands.
You
Like,
did
it's
tell us
awesome.
about
Yeah,
that.
you did definitely say that.
Cause
Like
those are-
at old age though, basically.
yeah,
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Like when I'm like completely done with everything else and I'm fully retired and I got money in my bank account, I can just be like, I'm moving to Europe.
I would
That's
not
some
mind
cool
spending
ass
some
shit,
time in there. I would not mind spending.
You
some
said where?
time in Switzerland.
Oh, Switzerland. Oh, okay. No, because I thought you said Guyana though.
Oh no, yeah, no, I'm talking about for me, like when I like retire and stuff, like I'll definitely like be in Guyana. You know, Switzerland is like a week trip, you know. But Guyana, I'm gonna be there, I'm gonna move there.
Oh, you will move there for real?
Yeah, from what it looks like. I would definitely like move there, build like a hotel, have a resort, you know. Because my family keeps saying they want to do that, but nothing's happening. Like, nobody's planning anything. But then again, we don't have money, so.
All right. For me, it's not even of old age, but I feel like I would live abroad in the UK. Not from cap.
Yeah.
I would like. I don't know. It's just like It's just like the je ne sais quoi that they bring about. Like it's just I just like how they like. I just feel like it's like a. You see like black people that's like luxury and how they carry themselves, how they carry their culture and how they know who they are. Like it's like damn, I want to go. You know, see. I would definitely live abroad in London for like half of the year, and then between that and California, I would definitely do some shit like that, bro. Make connections. You know what I'm saying? Connect. I would definitely do that.
It's all about connections.
It's all about connections.
It's not
man.
about. It's something about what you know, but it's mostly about who.
Lesson of the day. It's all about connections, man.
That's what I'm saying.
And that's what we're striving for on this podcast.
Yes,
We're gonna make some
sir.
connections through this.
Yes, sir.
But that is gonna wrap it up for us today, boys. Y'all got any final thoughts that you want to add?
I think we touched on everything, man.
We did.
For sure.
This was a great episode.
Definitely.
This
Ready
episode.
some wings.
Oh, my fault.
No, I'm fine. It's cool. Sorry. I've been thinking about those wings the entire time. We should do like a mukbang next.
All right. Go ahead, man.
Like I said, that's gonna wrap it up for us. My name is Wade, aka Taz,
It's your boy Mike.
It's your boy Kari Devine.
and we are signing
Signing
off.
out, man.
Until next time.
Hey.
No, 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 no.